We are monitoring developments following last week's derailment of a Kaduna-bound train. Now, the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, NSIB, has released its preliminary findings on the Asham train derailment that occurred in Abuja. Director General of the NSIB mentioned that although eyewitnesses reported as many as 50 injuries, official records confirmed 12 passengers sustained minor to major injuries. Uloma Oyemachi reports.
On August 26, 2025, news broke of a train derailment along the Abuja-Kaduna rail line. Conflicting reports emerged, with some accounts claiming 6 injuries and others suggesting dozens more. The NSIB quickly dispatched the GO team to the site to assess the situation and gather facts. True to its mandate as Nigeria's sole transport accident investigation body, the Bureau today gave a preliminary report on the derailment. According to the DG, the train had 8 passenger coaches and 2 locomotives. 5 of the coaches derailed, while the forward locomotive and 2 coaches overturned. The rear locomotive, however, remained on track. Official records put the numbers of injured at 12.
There were 583 persons on board, including crew. 12 passengers sustained minor to moderate injuries, but no fatalities were recorded. The injured received first aid treatment and were transported to medical facilities for further examination.
The Bureau says it has secured the site and preserved crucial evidence, including CCTV footage and other data to help with the investigation.
The IIC has full access and control over the accident site, evidence and relevant records, including the protection and custody of rolling stock, locomotives, contents and other evidence to prevent disturbance or tampering.
The DG appealed to the federal government and stakeholders to address funding gaps so the Bureau can strengthen its investigations and better safeguard the lives of Nigerians.
I would like to use this opportunity to urgently plead with the government and all relevant stakeholders to immediately address the critical shortfall in funding, which will enable the NSIB to procure advanced investigation equipment and adequately train our dedicated investigators.
The NSIB says its final report will be ready within 30 days of the incident and will be shared with the Nigerian Railway Corporation, regulators and the general public. No fatalities recorded in this incident, a stroke of luck for the 583 persons on this train. But for the 12 who sustained injuries, this derailment is a reminder of the risk and urgent need for better safety measures in Nigeria. Uloma Oyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
TVC News reporter Uloma Oyemachi joins me now for more on the NSIB's preliminary report. Uloma, what more can you tell us, from the findings of the NSIB in this initial report now?
Well, Abosede, there's not much more to add to that report, but I just want to make some clarifications on some of the findings that have been made by the NSIB. It's already stated that 583 persons were on board. This is including crew members, which goes to show that the train is a huge form of mass transportation. There's no other transport system that carries as much as that number in a go. And we also know that 5 coaches overturned, 5 coaches rather derailed, and 2 coaches and 1 locomotive overturned. We also know that an investigation panel has been set up to investigate what caused the train to derail, and the NSIB DG said an investigator in charge has also been appointed. This investigation is going to be done independently. That is, no interference from the judiciary. The NSIB, although it's going to get, collaborators and partners, the NSIB is going to take the burden of most of the work to ensure that there is transparency and there is no intimidation from anybody or any party. We also know that the report will be a final report will be released in the next 23 days. That is 30 days from the incident. It happened on August 26th. 2025. And a final report being released in 23 days does not mean it to carry all the information that we want to know. It just means that the NSIB is following the rules and regulations. So, for instance, if all the details are not yet ready, a report will be released, but I'm sure time will still be given to ensure that all I's are dotted and all T's are also crossed. And we also know, on a general note, I asked the DG what causes train derailment, and he pointed out that it's not something that happens all the time in Nigeria. But from my research, train derailments could be caused by track defects, misaligned rails, and obstructions. So one of these could be the reason, or any other thing will be the reason that caused the train to derail.
All right, Uloma. And the Bureau also spoke about challenges with funding. Just how significant is this in carrying out investigations of this magnitude?
Yes, funding is very, very important. Funding helps to expatiate, what is needed, like getting essential resources, getting people. For instance, if the NSIB does not, get the funds to conduct this investigation independently, they may have to rely on other corporations, rely on other agencies for details, for funding, and it might lose the sincerity of whatever report comes out. So the NSIB needs funding to ensure that they carry out the report better, and also for the future. When incidents like this happen, it's just very easy to come out and say we're investigating, but there has to be preparedness for any other incident that comes up in the future. So it's just a continuous thing where they are funded to get the proper investigators, to get the proper tools to ensure that every investigation is carried out with sincerity to achieve, the proper results.
Uloma Oyemachi, thank you very much for that update.